Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Roma in Football Manager 2019. I'm Aker, and since last episode we played 2 games and I picked up 2 wins in the league. Beating Genoa at home with 1 goal against none, and then Palermo away with 2 goals against 1. The Genoa game was pretty frustrating because we created basically 3 times the amount of chances that they did, but we never managed to get that safety margin, and yeah, I really feel like we should have won this one with a few goals. The Palermo win I'm really happy with because Palermo's been a pretty good team the last few seasons. I think they were like 7th or something like that in the league when we faced off against them, and away games are always difficult, so it was a really good game. Especially Barbosa was brilliant in this game. Picked up 1 goal, but he also did assist to Arp's goal, and that was a really, like, he dribbled through like 2 or 3 players and hit a perfect cross that Arp finished on, so I was really pleased with that one. Today, though, is a completely different story. We are up against probably one of the top 3 most difficult games that Football Manager 2019 has to offer. Because we are playing Real Madrid in the Champions League and we are playing them away. And in real life, you know, Real Madrid is struggling this season. That's not the case of this save. First off, they are topping the league. I mean, look at their team. As you can tell, I've been scouting them a lot. No, I'm the first one to admit star rating doesn't say everything. Not at all. It should be taken with a grain of salt. But look at these players. I mean, they have so many world-class players. Basically world-class players in every position. And of course, because of that, we are back to a little bit more defense-minded formation. But instead of going counter-attack that I've done in quite a few similar games, I'm going to try to stay my costume gegenpress to see how that one works. Because I'm not really that happy. I feel like my counter-attacking thing has been kind of lackluster. I mean, sometimes it's done well, but I feel like it's been more down to luck than the tactic actually working. So I'm going to try it like this to start, but I'm ready to change it around to counter-attack if I feel like we are getting destroyed or something like that. But the most important thing is, of course, this is the group stage, and if we can get a good result away versus Real Madrid, that could set us up to win the group. Most likely, or maybe it's a huge risk that we're going to lose today, and then we're going to face off against them at home, and that game is going to decide who wins the group. But if we somehow can manage to create a small miracle away versus Real Madrid, that could set us up in a really, really strong position to winning the group. And they come out with a pretty balanced team. I kind of like this formation. This was a formation I actually was considering myself if I wasn't going to go 2 strikers for away games, but I decided to. I mean, our strength is on the attacking side, not the defense, so we might as well roll with it and see what happens. But yeah, look at the team, world-class players in every single position. So what do we say to the lads here? What do we say? Maybe try that? Well, it didn't work great, did it? Didn't work great at all, so let's just do that. That looks much better. But yeah, game on, one of the toughest possible games you can play in Football Manager 2019. Away versus Real Madrid in the Champions League. And I've said this so many times, but of course the dream of this season is to win the Champions League. And I mean, we might as well try it out against the best teams in the world, because if we have no chance versus Real Madrid, how are we going to stand a chance of winning the Champions League? So I'm excited, but just the away game could become very, very difficult. But here is Inda trying to reach Nicolas, and well, we got the first highlight. I guess we should celebrate that one. And look at that statistics. We have actually been creating quite a few chances compared to them. And here is Pellegrini, Tonali, and Sossi is still injured, by the way. Inda trying to go all by himself, very optimistic. And then Rodrigo breaks through. We have 2. What a tackle! That tackle was as beautiful as most goals. That was a masterpiece. I mean, sometimes you should celebrate defensive things as much as you celebrate goals. And that tackle was just pure world-class brilliance. Come on, guys, grab hold of it now. Like that, Inda. That was a weak pass. Come on, lads. We are playing gegenpress, so put some pressure on them, trying to win it back. Beautiful Sheila reads him perfectly. Here's Kluivert. Trying for the optimistic pass from Nicolas, but he breaks through, and That's actually almost a replay at the beautiful tackle we had. They did the same. So we need to basically hats off to great the great defenders in this game, because these two tackle. I thought that maybe it could come through to a shot, but these two tackles has been a fantastic masterpiece for everybody that loves football. That should be no trouble at all for Donnarumma. Donnarumma with an optimistic early kick, and that could be good, but not this time, because not this time it means a counter-attack. And that was actually the woodwork. First I thought maybe Donnarumma saved it, maybe touched it, but in the end it hit the woodwork. And now we are getting highlight after highlight that starts with Real Madrid. That's very worrisome. Maybe we need to do some tactical changes during halftime. Need to think about that. Or maybe we can use our gegenpress to win it back. Put some pressure on them. Or maybe we're going to lose everything. Sheila, no mistake. Oh, what is going on? Take a look at this. This is in the Champions League. You can't do that in the Champions League. This is devastating. I'm heartbroken right now, and I think he is too. I mean, this situation is all under control, and I'm not actually sure who's to blame, if it's Schuler or Donnarumma, or a little bit of both. Probably actually Donnarumma, because that wasn't a shot. What? What? In an away game versus Real Madrid in the Champions League, and that happens. We need to go aggressive here. I'm dumbstruck. I don't know what to say. I'm completely shocked. I'm completely shocked. I'm just staring at the screen. How do you react to that as a manager? This is guys, let me know in chat what you do when things like that happens, because I don't even know what to tell the players. I'm just shocked. We have been creating more chances, and that's positive, but the last few highlights that we saw in the first half was all for Real Madrid. Right now in the second half, they are creating chances, and we are getting nothing. And that's, as I say, that we get a few chances. Kind of don't want to risk anything, go all out crazy attacking, but we could bring Tonali a little bit higher up into the pitch, change Pellegrini. Maybe let's first see if we're going to make us on his subs. So let's make, I think we could keep Pellegrini on, changing around to box. Now is the question, look at the rating here, Nicolas 6.2. I don't want to go to strikers, like, this is not a disaster. But let's bring in Schick on the pitch, because, I mean, 6.2 for Nicolas, come on mate, come on. We could replace Schüle after that garbage first half. I really can't see what good it's going to get us changing a central defender. Maybe Pereira, but we don't have any great options for him on the bench. But I think maybe. I mean, he looks fired up. I mean, I like the body language of most of them. I think he's going to keep it like this for like a few more minutes. Just look at the body language of most of them. And now the clock just ticks away and ticks away. Okay, now we have nothing to lose. So let's just roll like this. Bring Barbosa on. I mean, Barbosa in the last game, he scored once, he got 1 assist. We know that he is in a pretty decent form, so hopefully it can show here, and maybe like that-ish. Now we have one last sub to do. I mean, maybe like this. But instead of positive, let's go attacking. And we can keep Tonali. I mean, we are risking things now. We are going to go very attack-minded. And but I don't feel like it matters if we lose with 1 goal or 2 goals. But if we can get a draw, it's just worth a little gamble here. Because a draw would be worth its weight in gold for us, more or less. More or less worth its weight in gold. Just thinking here, maybe one last sub. I mean, could we want to go like this? Maybe. Oh, that was the misclick. That was not what I meant. I was meant to change Tonali with the Cristante, and maybe now we are risking things, but we have nothing to lose here. Let's quickly tell the lads to push forward. And if we concede 1 goal, I'm okay with it. We need to gamble for a draw here. But the clock ticks away. Nothing happens at all. And we have actually created more chances than them. And we have 4 minutes of extra time. Clock just ticks away. And most likely this is going to be game, set, match. But I must confess, I'm not too disappointed with this game. Because we are playing away versus Real Madrid. The team that are topping the Spanish league. The team that are one of the most difficult opponents in this game. And if you look at the statistics here, yeah, they won, but we created more chances than them. That's a pretty good result for us for the future. Because remember, in previous seasons in the Champions League, we've been like destroyed by some of the teams. Like when Liverpool beat us with like 6 goals or something like that. So I think this is a sign that we are more or less there. We are competing versus Real Madrid away, and we are standing up against them, getting a good result. If we can beat them at home, we more or less show that we are on equal foot or maybe even stronger than them. So I'm not celebrating this result, but I can definitely take it. I'm kind of half pleased, and I think I'm going to actually... I do this very rarely, but I'm going to say this. Unlucky boys... it would have been nice with a win there, but it wasn't to be. Normally, I would be criticizing them for a loss, but I think this is the right way, and I'm not too sad. Yeah, they will be topping the table in Champions League. We're going to see that right now. Can we click here? Yes, we can. So they are topping the table, but this wasn't a too bad result. And next Champions League game will be at home against them. And if we can win that game, I feel like we are right on track in the Champions League for a glorious Champions League season. But that's it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I'll see you in the next episode.